Welcome back. This is Mark with Realize the Self, and in today's video we're going to expand upon the whole concept of what you can perceive with your senses, your sight, your smell, your hearing, your taste, your touch. All this that you can perceive is not you, because you are the perceiver of all of this. And so we're going to go and dive deep into this. So this really stems, I think, and from what I talk about in the book, is it stems from the Vedic teachings, especially the Upanishads. They return to one radical insight over and over again, and that's the self, the Ātman, which is Brahman, is not anything that you can see, hear, think, touch, measure. Whatever appears to the senses or even the mind is experience, and therefore cannot be the ultimate experiencer, cannot be the ultimate you, cannot be the ultimate self, cannot be the ultimate Brahman. This is not dismissing the world as meaningless, it's precise inquiry into your identity. So the problem of mistaken identity is the ordinary human condition, according to the Upanishads, is a kind of misrecognition. We say, I am the body, I am the emotions, I am the thought, I am the memories, I am the desires. And the sages ask a deceptively simple question. Who is aware of this? Who is aware that they're the body? Who is aware that they're the emotions? Who is aware that they're the thoughts? Who is aware that they are the roles, the memories, the desires? If you can perceive something, such as your body aging, your moods shifting, your thoughts arising and fading, then that thing cannot be the perceiver itself. It is an object of awareness. It is not the subject. This leads to the Upanishadic method known as neti, not this, or not this, not that. The self is not the body, not the breath, not the senses, not the mind, not even the intellect. What remains when everything observable is set aside? And the witness, that is our true self. That never changes. Another core insight that they talk about in the Upanishads is that change cannot belong to the real self. The real self is changeless. We were never born, we'll never die. The body changes, sensations change, thoughts change, personalities evolve, even the sense of I as a story shifts over time. Yet through all this, there's a constant witnessing presence, the silent awareness in which these changes occur. The Bhradravanyaka Upanishads puts it starkly: you cannot see the seer of seeing, you cannot hear the hearer of hearing, you cannot think the thinker of thinking. This witness is not an object among objects, it is the condition for experience itself. The senses are instruments, they're not identity. The senses are treated almost like tools. The hand sees form, or the eyes see form, the ear hears sound, the mind processes meaning, but tools are not the user. The Katha Upanishad has a famous metaphor, and we talked about this before. This is the chariot. The body is seen as a chariot, the senses are the horses, the mind is the reins, the intellect is a charioteer, and the self, or the Ātman, is the rider. Mistaking the horses or the chariot for the rider is the fundamental error. And that is what they call avidya, or the misidentification of the true self with the false self. The Upanishads also talk about the states of consciousness to make their point, and we talked about this in previous videos as well. In waking life, the world seems solid and external. In dreams, an entire world arises internally, just as vivid, just as convincing. In deep sleep, there is no object at all. Yet, on waking, we say, I slept peacefully. Who was present to later remember that peace? The implication is subtle and powerful. The self persists even when there is no sensory or mental content. Therefore, it cannot be dependent on the senses or the mind. The Ātman and Brahman is really another interesting topic that they talk about in the Upanishads. Here, the teaching reaches its most radical claim: the self discovered by stripping away sensory and mental identifications is not a private personal soul. It is identical with Brahman, the underlying reality of all things. It's everything. It's the universe. It's God. It's whatever you want to call it. It's everything. Brahman, the self. You are that. That's who we are at the very, very core of our existence. And this is why it's such a secret of all secrets. And a lot of people have these mental beliefs or programs, a lot based off religion, and they can't conceptualize, and that won't allow them to conceptualize or understand or even know or even postulate this idea of who we are. And so in the Upanishads they say tat svam asi, that thou art. This means the essence of your awareness and the essence of the cosmos are not two, they are one and the same. Multiplicity belongs to perception, unity belongs to reality. So this is worth repeating. The essence of your awareness and the essence of the cosmos are not two, they are the same. Ignorance, or avidya, and liberation, moksha. The bondage described in the Upanishads is not moral failure, but ignorance of one's own nature. We suffer because we cling to what changes, seeking permanence when none exists. Liberation is not something attained, it is something recognized. That's self-realization. And that's different to enlightenment. Almost is like something to be attained. It doesn't quite make sense with the ideas that we present here in this video and show and book. So when the Upanishads say the self is beyond sight, beyond thought, they're not pointing to emptiness, but to what is so intimate, and it is usually overlooked. It is not something you experience. It is that by which all experience is known. And so we could talk a little bit more. There's at the heart of the Upanishadic teachings, we talk about there is an unsettling claim. There is no only Brahman. No second thing exists. Everything else, the world, the body, the mind, individuality, is appearance, not independent reality. Really, a really core, cool philosophy in Hinduism is called Advaita Vedanta, which means not to. Advaita is non-duality, not to. And this does not mean everything is one big thing in a vague mystical sense. It means reality is not divided into subject and object, self and world, knower and known. Duality itself belongs to ignorance, or avidya. When you say, I experience this world, they ask, where exactly is the boundary between experiencer and experienced? That boundary turns out to be conceptual and is not real. The core mistake, the superimposition, or the adhyasa, Shankara, Advaita's greatest, the greatest teachers in Advaita, says our suffering arises from superimposition, confusing one thing for another, such as mistaking a rope for a snake in dim light, mistaking a mirage for water, mistaking the body-mind for the self. Nothing new is created in error. Something real is misapprehended. Likewise, consciousness is real. Body, senses, thoughts appear in consciousness. We mistakenly say, I am the body, mind, emotions, this or that. This single error generates fear, desire, birth, death, and the entire cycle of suffering, karma. Ātman, Brahman, the self. There's no Ātman equals Brahman. Both are the self. No metaphors, no poetry. There's Ātman is Brahman, is what they say. It is not symbolic or devotional language. It's a statement of identity, such as water is equals H2O. It's not similar, not part of, not emanating from. It's identical. You are identical to infinity, to the universe, to everything. That is you. That not what you think you are, but that which transcends the mind. That needs to be pointed out, because when people hear this, they're gonna think like, oh, I am the universe, I am God, I am this, but that's not you, because you're thinking, and so that's not the true real you, that's the false you. And so the consciousness by which you know a thought right now is the same consciousness by which the universe exists at all. Why the senses can never reveal the self. The senses reveal objects. The mind interprets objects. Consciousness illumines both. But consciousness itself is self-revealing. It does not need another light to be known. Trying to perceive the self is like a flashlight trying to illuminate itself. Trying to perceive the self is like a flashlight trying to illuminate itself. It's like that you are that which is looking out of your eyes into the world. You are the perceiver. You are that. You are the awareness. You are the observer, the witness. So that which you see cannot be you, because it's you is the one that is looking out. It doesn't quite make sense, but it's not supposed to, because it transcends understanding in the mind. So Maya is not unreal like a hallucination, nor is it ultimately real. This is what they talk about too. They call it mithya. It appears, it functions, but it has no independent existence. Just as a wave has no existence apart from water, the world has no existence apart from Brahman. Forms differ, essence does not. And then they talk about the 3 levels of reality. Liberation, moksha, is knowledge, not attainment. This is a radical departure from religious thinking. You do not become free. You do not reach Brahman. You do not merge with anything. You simply recognize what has always been the case. I was never bound. I was always free. Bondage belongs to ignorance. Freedom belongs to knowledge. Ordinariness without confusion. The body acts, the mind thinks, the world appears, but there's no longer a false center claiming ownership. There's no doer, there's no knower apart from knowing, no self inside the self, just being, knowing itself, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed that little short video on we cannot be the senses. The taste, anything that we can perceive with the senses is not us. The taste, the smell, eyes, ears, thinking, all that stuff. And so it's kind of a radical topic if you're not used to it, or if you're unknown to it, but it actually makes a lot of sense when you really do a deep dive into it. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, please give me a like and subscribe, and I'll definitely get out more. These are fun to make, and I enjoy doing these, and I actually learn a lot as well as I make these videos. And thank you for being here. Have a wonderful